We are the Hicks. That's what you want us to say?
Hi, we are the Hicks. I am Jay.
And I'm Cilla. We're married May 1st, 2004. And we have 5 beautiful children. When I married Jay, I inherited 3 wonderful boys. And I was a teen mom myself. And then we have 1 little boy together who's 11 now.
You 13 years. It's like a wonderful trip to a theme park with many different rides. It's been some scary rides, some roller coasters, some fun rides, like at a theme park.
We first met, I was 23 years old and I was working at Corner Pocket as a cocktail waitress. And he would come in after his Hawaiian language classes, follow me around and ask if he could buy me dinner while I was working. It was very sweet and I thought he was very handsome. Give me butterflies.
And here was this beautiful waitress who listened. She lights up a room and in about 10 minutes, she can know everybody's name in the room. And as soon as I go into a room, I want to find the corner and I want to hide and I don't like to talk to people. You know, God knew what he was doing. I think some people think you got to get saved, you got to be right in order for God to work miracles. And I think we are a testament to no matter how broken you are, no matter how beat up you are, God has a plan and he has a purpose. And even when we don't think God is there, he's always there. I was raised in a violent home, drug use and abuse and alcohol abuse. So at a young age, I knew that, okay, this is how life is. It's hard, so I need to be hard. And so coming into a marriage with my wife, I had a lot of different emotions, but everything was anger.
Yeah, I remember so much conflict that we almost couldn't make it back into the doors of the church again. We would be fighting in the parking lot, so much strain on our relationship. There was violence in our home. Late 2011, early 2012, the Lord began to speak to me about getting out and getting out for good until the healing had taken place to where the environment could be a healthy environment in our home for our children and for us. I wrote a letter and I asked of my husband if he could get help, and I was going to get help.
God knew I needed a wake-up call. And so I came home one day and saw the note on the bed, and it, you know, it's what I needed. It's what I needed. At the time, I was even more angry, I was even more hurt, and I was even more judgmental because in my eyes, I felt I was providing. It was almost like an entitlement, like, look, I work hard and I provide and that should be sufficient. And it's not.
I was prepared to never come back to my marriage at that point.
I had good friends telling me, Jay, you need to file for divorce here in Kona because if she files for divorce in California, you have to fly there. And I was thinking that just did not seem right. I don't want my marriage to end. I was believing God and I was walking off a cliff. And if I fell off the cliff believing God, then I would fall off believing God. Nice and simple. So I didn't file. Maybe 2 weeks later, I get a knock on the door and it's the sheriff's department. And my wife filed papers in California. And I was even more heartbroken. It was one of those moments where I can liken it to when I was saved, where I felt the tangible presence of God saying that he was going to restore my marriage.
One day, God completely changed my heart and softened it towards my husband.
It was not even a year, and my wife one day called me up and she said, God told me I need to fly home and make things work with you. And it was amazing.
As I followed Jesus, then I was able to heal, but as a woman, Once you have been hurt by their hands and their words, and you can't emotionally or physically trust them, it takes a miracle of God. You cannot have this, what we have now, without the love and the anointing of God covering and healing.
As I started to seek God, He showed me that when He says a weaker vessel, He means a priceless vessel. When He said to honor her as something priceless and meaning precious, it was meaning valuable. And realizing that that's how God's seen my wife, and I needed to see her in that light, that things started changing. And in turn has helped my heart to heal. The enemy likes to bring up all the bad you've done. And look, she'll never forgive you. Look, you've done this. You know, you can trust that God in His time will make things right. And that's what He did. You know, just to believe God for today, for now. Take the one step you hear now. You know, God doesn't give us full revelation. He gives us little pieces of a puzzle. And we got to choose to put the puzzle piece together, and we got to choose to believe Him.